Okay, well, I say welcome to everyone that, let's say, sees this. What I'm going to start with, it's going to be, I suppose, a quick breakdown. I'm going to start with a very, very simple tapping sequence called psychological reversal, and it's six particular areas of your body. You can follow. It's very easy to follow along with this. And that's all we're going to do, by the way. And we'll do it maybe twice or three times, or I'll do it anyway, and you can follow along. Then we'll have some music, and directly after the song that I play, it's Wisdom by a band called Guggenheim Grotto. And yeah, and then we'll lead into meditation on the presence, which will be recorded as well, but it mightn't necessarily be the whole recording in what I publish. And afterwards, we'll have a discussion if you're still around. Okay, so thanks for joining. You're here for yourself, your own growth. I would suggest that you have a note, pad, and paper to hand, and even as stuff comes up when you listen to Joel or anything, just try and take short notes of feelings that come up and necessarily manifesting in your thoughts. Okay, so that's what I would suggest that you do while this is taking place. So to start with, this is what's called in TFT, which is thought field therapy. You've heard me talk about it. You've heard Fern probably talk about it. But this particular technique is very, very straightforward, and pretty much you can learn it in a few minutes. It's not that challenging. So the first thing you do is the left hand, and there's a reason for that. But trust me, the left hand, this fleshy part, and you're literally just going to tap this about 15, 20 times. And it's literally, this activates what I would call the energy part of your body. So that's the first place you have to tap to start with. This is a sequence. And the next one is under the nose, just above the lip, again, about 10, 20 times. As I say, just stay with feelings that come up in the body. Don't get into the stories. And the next part, the third part we're going to go for is just under the chin, the middle of the chin. And again, about 10, 20 times. That's it. Just nice and steady. Now, the next one's a little bit more tricky, but it's the middle finger. So if you just get your middle finger, or if you have a thought that comes up, like give it the finger, as Fern says. So try and hit the top part of the finger, so 3 or 4 fingers, and hit the top part 10, 20 times. Okay, and then the next bit is the side of the eyes. This is the fifth point here. Just nice 10, 20 times. Don't forget to breathe. And then we're going to finish on the collarbone. Now, I'll put a diagram up for this at some stage on the video. But you're going to go for the collarbone. It's an indent underneath the collarbone. There's little indents there. And just this is your finisher. So you always finish with this. I'll just do this one more time. Back to the left hand, fleshy part, 10, 20 times. And then under the nose, point number 2. Third point, middle of the chin. Stay with the feeling, not the story. Middle finger, just again tapping is your 4th point. And then side of the eyes, just where the glasses would be, just there. And finishing again on the collarbone. Don't worry about getting it right just yet. Just move. You'll start to feel it after a while anyway. Okay, that's it. Now, just take a couple of breaths now, a few more breaths. Just breathe in nice, relaxing air, and just fill your lungs and let it all out. Any stress or anguish. Okay, I'm going to play some music now and we'll start the meditation on the presence shortly.
The road is long, you're gonna get thrown about. Stick to the rhythm, breathing in and breathing out. Do what you do, there isn't any secret. Chop wood, draw water, roll cigarettes. Find a lover, put a flower in her hair. Climb a mountain, see the mountain disappear. Be the first to go back to the ghost town. Break bread with the man who's gonna bring you down. Deep, deep down. I listen and I hear what's said. I follow it from A to Z. But wisdom hasn't found me yet. You feel scared, Jesus is your bodyguard. You feel alone, take a look in your backyard. Put your eye to the eye of a telescope. The universe looks back through a microscope. Adopt a highway, dress yourself in camel hair. A wasted life is a life lived unaware. Make your money, put it all on number 8. Tempt fate, baby, you're a wheel going round, round and round. I listen and I hear what's said. I follow it from A to Z. But wisdom hasn't found me yet. I listen and I hear what's said. I follow it from A to Z. But wisdom hasn't found me yet.
While your thought is out here on your desires, fears, or hopes, you are not centering yourself in the kingdom of God within you to receive the guidance, the direction, the support, the government of the Spirit. But watch what happens now as you release yourselves. Close your eyes and be comfortable and begin consciously to release yourself from the outer world, and you may follow me in doing it this way. I am seeking nothing in the outer realm. I release all desire for persons, for things, for conditions. I drop all of my hopes and my ambitions into thy lap, Father. Take all that I have, for all that I have is thine. I release myself from all fears, knowing that thou art in me and I am in thee, and that where I am, thou art. Therefore, I fear not. I fear not what mortal man can do to me. I fear not what human thoughts can do to me. I fear nothing, for I am in thee, and thou art in me. Where thou art, I am, and where thou art, no fear can abide.
I here in the midst of you. Well, just to conclude this little part, thanks very much for if you've spent the time listening to this part of the tape and afforded yourself an hour to spend some time communing within yourself. There's a phrase you have in Belfast here that says, here, have a word with yourself. So it's a me updating it. Have some time for yourself. So it's probably more important than anything. But I hope you, as I say, I was actually tapping while I was doing it. But there's other things, modalities that I'm going to be introducing in the months and the weeks ahead. I've got some guests lined up to come in and do different things. But really, the mind part of it is the one, that seems to be hanging in there with a story. So I was suggesting actually earlier on there that instead of saying, well, I don't want to hear the story, if you get the full feeling behind any story, human or something, give it a hearing to the end, but get to the feeling, the full feeling out. And another suggestion I would say, really set yourself up for success with this, whatever. Take on one thing that maybe came up during that. Now, if you've wrote something down, just tackle one thing. It could be patience with yourself. That could be like a theme for the day almost, or having patience, or taking a breath before you speak, or there's, take a breath, or take a breath. That's one way to, and you could put your hand on your chest, or some way of, reminding yourself that, you just need to take time for yourself. So that's it. I'm just going to stop the recording now. Thanks, guys, for participating. I won't have your names up on the video. Don't worry about that either. So I'll be blanking that out. Okay.